Hello and welcome back to my channel and the Glam Tone Show with me, Gigi. And what we're going to do today is paint these nail tips with this beautiful cream color by Modelones. And I am actually only going to show you this one because there's a lot going on today. And so we want to get right to that and not spend too much time just polishing nails, which it's not just polishing nails. We all love polishing nails. Here's a little hello from Evil Gigi. Now we are going to come in and clean out our sticky layer, clean up our sticky layer, and lay a little Modelones black down on that palette. Now I'm going to come in and create a little swooshy shape, and I'm sorry I was a little out of frame there for a moment. We're going to create that swooshy shape using this Modelones and this little brush here. It's actually a little long. I could love it if it was a little skinnier. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, we'll talk about brushes a little later too. And I know we're going to talk about brushes a little later too, because as I was doing my voiceover, something got ruined at the beginning and I'm having to re-record the beginning of the voiceover. So this is like me from the past in the future to the past. It's a conundrum. I'm telling you, it's a conundrum. So we're just refining the shape here, and then we will come in with the actual brush from the bottle and fill in our space. And make sure you don't get too thick with this, because I know that the temptation is to try to get full opacity with the one coat. That is always a mistake with black gel, because you will get wrinkling, and that is the last thing you want. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh my God, here it comes. When I was cleaning that sticky layer, I had to have gotten a little bit too much alcohol on my nail, so it probably seeped underneath, and that will cause those little glue dots to fall right apart. So stickiness be gone. So now we are again just creating that swoosh, and these nails are the index finger and the pinky nail. And I'm just making sure, I'm looking at the other nail to make sure that I get as close to the same swoosh as possible. Don't beat yourself up if you cannot 100% get it right, because every journey on your nails is another journey to excellence, to having higher skill level. And I'm going to talk about that more throughout the video, because this set, I love it, and I still feel like I could have done better, because I could use better brushes, and I could definitely use more practice. So I'm just going to keep working on my line work and just keep working with brushes. It's real easy to just fall back on, you know, things that make stuff easier, but that's fine. I'm going to use transfer foil in this set, okay? But that doesn't mean that you can't still try to increase your skills, even if you do have a few tricks up your sleeves that help make it a little easier. Okay, now that we have the black applied on both nails, and I did do a second coat as well, then we're going to come in and add some transfer words. We're going to add some transfer foil gel, and this is the IMethod Beauty. So far, up until this step, all we've used is Modelones. But now we're taking it over to IMethod Beauty, and we are adding the same swoosh. We are following the swoosh, but leaving a little bit in between of the cream. And I'm just finishing that up, and then we're going to pop that in the lamp for a full 60 seconds. Clean up. Then you come in with this real pretty marbly sort of beautifulness. And I'm going to add that to the bottom swoosh. Rub that in really good. Now, I did want to show you, I got a little bit up there. I clearly did not clean my sticky layer enough. And so I'm just gonna buff that off ever so slightly. You don't wanna disturb the black as much as possible, but you can always come in and do a repair as needed. But the black was so opaque, I really did not need to do that. Thank you, Modelones, for rocking out loud once again. And again, I'm just double checking over here, making sure I got everything off, because we don't want to leave any of that up in the black. I want the black to just be black. Now I am going to come in and give this, before I start the next nail, I'm going to give this a little bit of a base coat just to make sure everything's nice and smooth. And then we are going to add the same treatment with the transfer foil to the other nail. Sorry, I dropped out of frame just a second. Sometimes when you're working really hard, you just forget you're filming, and you're like, you get close to your face, and I'm sorry, it's regrettable, but it does happen. I'm human. There you go. This one also getting that base coat treatment. And now into the lamp. Now what I'm going to do on the two middle nails, the middle finger and the ring finger, is a stripe of that same transfer foil. Now it's not going to go all the way to the bottom or the top. One starts from the top and comes almost to the bottom. The other one starts at the bottom and comes almost to the top. And once I get this nice and cleaned up the way I like it, we're going to pop that in the lamp. And then we're going to pop it in the lamp. And then we come out and do that same treatment with the transfer foil. Now, I was not super happy, so I just went back in and made sure that everything was as even as I could make it. And you can also, just like this, come in with a little file action and straighten up your edges a little bit. And we also have another treatment that's coming that's going to allow you to do the same thing. And now we're going to add the other stripe on the other nail. Sorry, I dipped out there a little bit. And then I'm going to clean up those edges just a tiny bit again with my file. And then before I completely finish this, I felt like I had removed a little bit of the cream. So I am going to go ahead, excuse me, and come in with just the tiniest bit of the cream. The brush is pretty dry, and I'm just coming right along the edge of that just to make sure everything looks as crisp as I can make it. But there is another thing that we're going to do, and I probably could have skipped this step, but I just wanted the cream to be fully opaque and there to not be any scratch marks or anything in it. So I just came in and did that again on both of the nails just to make it smooth and make it pretty, you know, take that extra step. Even though I'm going to admit, guys, I think I could have done a better job. And I'm going to keep working on it. There you go. I'm happy with it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not downing myself, because you can only work with the skill that you have, but the more that you work, the more skill you acquire. So all I'm saying is I will be working hard to acquire more skill. What? That's it, baby. Now this is the thumbnail. We're going to do a full sheet transfer on this one. I love this transfer foil. It is such a pretty one. It's a marble, but it's like if you've ever been out in the desert and you see those rocks that have like layers and layers and layers and layers. That's what it reminds me of. I'm sure that's what they mean for it to look like. It's really just so pretty. I love it a lot. Anywhere that I'm missing anything, we're going to do a little something with that as well on that full transfer sheet. So now I've got some, it's Nicole Diary gold stamping polish. And for some reason, I started down there on the little lid that I use to hold my forms, my little forms there, my little holders, nail holders. For some reason I didn't pick it up, and right away I was like, what am I even doing right now? But now I'm just outlining the edges of the swooshes, with this gold, and I really love the effect of it. This is definitely something I saw in the everyday nails. Now they add some leafing on there that I ended up not going for. I thought I was real happy with where I was at when I finished, so I decided to stick with what I had done. They're already pretty busy. Not saying that theirs are not. I love what they did. Of course I did, because otherwise I wouldn't have been inspired by it. Sorry guys, I'm trying to lose my voice a little bit here. Excuse me so much. Let me just clear my throat there. And now I've decided to go ahead and outline the stripes. This is the difference between what they did and what I did. Also, I'm using a different gold technique. I'm just using gold gel paint or gel polish, and they, I'm pretty sure, did a chroming effect. So I decided to just keep everything matte, and that is why I ended up going with just the gold paint. I think both are effective. You can just do whichever thing makes you the happiest, right? And you can completely diverge from everything that we're doing right now too. So that's absolutely acceptable. And really, that's just what makes life interesting, is that everyone's got their own way of expressing themselves. So definitely just take inspiration and do your own thing from there, because that's all life really is. So now we've got them all where I think I want them. And I'm coming in with a little base coat just to make sure everything is nice and smooth. And I want you to really enjoy how they look shiny, because like I said, I am going to matte them out. But this is really, I like the nails. And it's not the design that I'm unhappy with. Honestly, it's just the line work itself that upsets me a little bit. Now we're coming in with the matte top coat, which still gives you a shiny effect until you get it in the lamp. And I do want to tell you, it looks like we're done. And at this point, I did think I was done. I was like, I'm so thrilled with these. And you have to tell me in the comment section, should I have stopped here, or should I have gone forward with what I end up doing in the end? And yeah, you can be the judge. I'm honestly on the fence about it. I'm not sure that it made that huge of a difference, but here they are right now, the way that they were before I made the change. And here we go, making that change. I took some black gel paint, and again, this is Modelones, and I just loaded up a skinny brush, and I started with the brush I'm using now, but I switch it on the next nail because I should have stuck with it. I should have done the other brush in the first place. And I'm just outlining the gold with black. That is the whole difference. And sometimes when I look at it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. And then I'll look at it another time and go, I don't know, maybe it was fine the way it was. So, you know, after you create something, sometimes it takes a while for you to love it. That's how it is with me. So if you are the same, let me know. And if you are not like that and somehow you've managed to transcend that, oh, let me know how you did that. Because seriously, I want to stop second guessing myself. It is annoying. So I'm just finishing up this line, which honestly, I think the next one's a little thinner. You'll have to let me know, do you like the thicker line or the thinner line? That is definitely a personal choice. All right, we're just working on the last little bit of lining these stripes. Just going to add this next little line. I like working with the striper brush, but sometimes it doesn't like to lay down the way you want it to, so it can be tricky. But the fatter brush has its problems as well. Now we're just going to do a tiny bit of cleanup. Okay, now that those black outlines are cured, we're adding that black or that matte top coat back on top of them and then into the lamp for 60. And this is how they came out. Let me know what you think of them in the comment section below. And we will see you on Friday for another awesome video here at Glam Tones. Mwah! Bye-bye.